Hey guys, don't be scared. I'm just not wearing any makeup. I bought a new concealer over the weekend and I thought we could try it for the first time together. So this is a first impressions on Covergirl and Olay Rehab concealer. Oh, no, let's get the name right. Covergirl and Olay CC Cream Eye Rehab Concealer. And I bought it in the shade number 320, which is fair/light. The idea behind this is it's a concealer, but it also has a serum in it. And supposedly if you use this every day, over time, it will help with that skin in your eye area that has trenches, in my case, or dark circles or what have you. And the reason why I say trenches is because these aren't really dark circles that you're seeing. They are indentations in my face. And so this is, I think, going to be a thicker concealer. I'm not really positive because I haven't used it yet. But I've read very mixed reviews on this, but the people who did like it, one of the people whose review I read, she said that she put some on and let it dry and then put more on. And I thought, so that's an interesting theory because, well, it's an interesting way of applying the product because she was almost using it like a filler. And I thought that might work for me. Now, I have used in the past, in addition to just using a straight up concealer, I've used a corrector and then a concealer over it, and that could be basically the same type of application if you look at it sort of as a filler. But I've also used a corrector, a concealer, and then powder, but I had to stop doing that because I actually could see that by applying powder in that area every day, I was increasing the amount of small fine lines that I was getting in that area, so it was damaging the skin. So I stopped doing that. So anyways, like I said, I've heard mixed reviews about this product, and it's a product that I've been curious about for a long time, and I almost did buy it quite a while ago, and all the containers at the store had been open and tampered with, and they just like had the product all over them. So this was the first time I've ever gone to the store and it looked like the containers were still intact. I really wish all the companies would seal the containers in such a way that people could not open them, because I don't like the idea of somebody having, played around with this before I've even purchased it. Anyway, let's see, does it have any information on the back here? Color Plus Correction. Instantly conceals dark circles to brighten the eye area and even your skin tone, reducing the look of discoloration, fine lines, and wrinkles, while the serum hydrates skin over time. Oh, okay, so it's just supposed to be a moisturizer then, the serum part of it. I always moisturize my whole face anyway, but I suppose a little bit of extra moisturizer in that area couldn't hurt. Alright, so this, by the way, there's only 0.5 fluid ounces in this container, so that's half an ounce. That's not a lot of product, and the price on this was $9 at Walmart, which I cannot get used to drugstore makeup being like $9 for half an ounce of something. I mean, that seems like a lot to me, but the price of everything these days is just going through the roof, so I guess there's no getting around that. Alright, so I have nothing on. All I did was put on my EOS lip balm, and that is it. I have nothing on my face. Now, normally I wouldn't put concealer first, but because this is a concealer and serum, I thought it would make sense to apply this first. Not only that, but if I put my foundation on first and then avoid this area, you would have sort of a mixture of the foundation and concealer together, and I just thought it would be easier to see what this was actually doing if I applied it on a bare face. Alright, so I'm going to use my e.l.f. concealer brush because this is a wonderful brush and I love it. This is part of their studio line. It's $3 and is quite the bargain. So I guess I'm going to pump some of this onto the back of my hand. Let's see how much product comes out with one pump. Not much, but maybe you don't need a lot. Let's see, before I pump out more. Let's see. Okay, so maybe that will be enough. So I've got some on my brush, and now I'm just gonna blend this into the trench under my eye here. The color looks a little dark to me. I thought that fair / light would probably be about right, because sometimes if you buy fair in a concealer, well, sometimes if I buy fair in a concealer, it's too light. Wow, this is really thick, which is kind of what I was expecting. And it is somewhat difficult to blend, I would say. So because of the thick consistency, I guess it wouldn't have done any good to shake up the container, because it is so thick it wouldn't make any difference. Alright, from what I can see, this is emphasizing my fine lines that I have in that area. And the reason why I'm continuing to blend is because I want to get an even application. I can see as it's drying, it's starting to do something. It's starting to change. When I first applied it, I thought, oh God, this is horrible. This isn't going to work. But yeah, it seems to be like, as it's drying, it's sort of melting into my skin. Interesting. All right, let's do the other eye before this all dries up on my hand here. Now this is the side that has an even worse trench in it than the other one. So I may need to apply some more product. Well, that seemed to blend in easier than the first one did. That's odd. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of let this sit for a second. And one of the reviews that I read, like I was saying, she actually applied a second layer. So what the heck, let's try that, but let's let this really sink in and absorb before I don't want to add a second layer until I'm sure that this one has set. So while I'm doing that, I wanted to mention a couple of things that I just thought you might want to know. The Sally Hansen Miracle Gel Polish that I bought, I applied it last Thursday, so I've had this on for 5 days, and so far I do have a tiny little bit of chipping going on here, and this just occurred in the shower when I was washing my hair. My hair is wet right now, but I have it pinned back so it won't be hanging in my face when I'm trying to apply the product here and pushing it back, so that's why my hair is back, so I won't drive you crazy doing that. But yeah, I just got chipping on this manicure, and I've had it on for 5 days. Now that's, if I use a top coat over polish, which I did with this, I used the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel top coat, but if I have a top coat on over my polish, 5 days is about normal for me. I mean, I have definitely had chipping before 5 days on certain polishes, but I would say that's pretty average and normal. So just thought I would give you some feedback on that. Chipped after 5 days, using the corresponding product that goes with it, so that's no miracle. That's no miracle, Sally Hansen. So yeah, it's about normal, I would say. And considering the price of those products, I don't know that I feel it's worth it. Although I have to tell you, prior to my getting in the shower earlier, it looked perfect. There wasn't a mark on it. So taking a shower and washing my hair seems to have ruined my manicure. So had I not had to wash my hair today, it probably would have been fine. All right, so we've had enough time now for this to definitely settle in, and you know, it's the strangest thing, because when I first applied this, I really didn't think I was gonna like it. I sort of had trouble blending it, but now that it's had a chance to settle in, I definitely see a difference. So let's try. Hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but let's try it since this is a first impressions video. Let's try one more pump. And quite a bit of product came out that time, so I may not even want to use all that, but yeah, let's try adding some more and see what that does. Yeah, the color on this is a little dark, which I'm kind of feel bad about, seeing as how this was $9. But then again, once it settles in, it seems to lighten up a bit. But I guess I should have got the fair. So if you want to try this product and you're kind of on the fence about which color to get, if you're trying to decide between two different shades, go with the lighter one, because this seems to run pretty dark. Most of the time in foundations, though, I don't wear the lightest shade, so I thought, well, the same would be true of concealer, right? So I got the second lightest shade. But I probably could have gone lighter with this. I don't know, we'll see. Once, you know, everything is done, my foundation and everything, maybe it'll look alright. I don't know. I definitely still see those indentations, but you know, nothing is gonna make this go away completely. I still have a lot of product here, but ooh, I don't know. It could get thick and cakey, and let's just add a little more. What the heck? All right, I definitely don't think I should add any more. Okay, now in order to see what this would really look like, I think I'm going to put some foundation on. And the foundation that I'm going to use today is one that you haven't seen me use in a long time. I was going through my drawer that has foundation in it, and I came across this and I was like, oh man, this is... I've had this for a while now. I've had it for almost, let's see, about 2 years, I would say. And when it comes to liquid and cream products, wait a minute, I've got a hair going in my eye here. Oh, I hate that when you have a hair going in your eye and it's attached. Why can't I get this? Okay, got it. So anyways, yeah, I've had this foundation for about 2 years, and I don't like to keep products that are cream or liquid or anything like that more than 2 years. So what I think I'm going to do today is I'm going to use my Revlon Colorstay makeup, and this is in the shade 200 Nude, and this is for normal to dry skin. I'm going to use this today and kind of see like how it is, because usually when something like this gets to the 2-year point, I want to either throw it out or use it up quickly, because it's really not a good idea to keep makeup that's liquid or cream for any longer than that. Actually, you know, this would definitely be borderline at this point. I'm shaking it up real good because it's been sitting in a drawer, and So I'm sure it has separated and, you know. All right, so let's see. I don't even remember how much I like this foundation. It's been so long since I used it. Let's see how it smells. Okay, it smells fine, so it hasn't gone off or anything, but let's see what it looks like when I put some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use a Real Techniques Expert face brush. That brush works so well for so many things that I definitely recommend it. I mean, you can use it for foundation, you can use it for blush, you can use it to blend out your concealer, you can just use it for so many things. Alright, so I've poured some of that Revlon foundation on the back of my hand here, and let's see how this is. I'm not even sure about this color because it looks like I must have been pretty dark when I bought this color. So let's... No, it seems to be okay color-wise. Okay, now that I'm using this, I remember this foundation is got really good coverage. So you don't need much. Yeah, I feel like we won't really know about how the concealer looks unless I put some foundation on, because otherwise it's just going to look crazy having just the concealer. Yeah, this Revlon foundation has got really good coverage, which is probably why I bought it and liked it. I think I vaguely recall I did have some problems color matching with this, that I couldn't really find a shade that I was crazy about, but this one seems to blend in pretty well with my skin right now, but that could be because it's summer. Probably in the fall and winter it wouldn't be as good of a match. You might notice that I even do my ears and take it down my neck because I want it to look, you know, as even as possible. And really, if I don't do those areas, it doesn't look right. It looks crazy. Yeah, this is a pretty thick foundation. It's funny because it pours out liquidy on the back of your hand, but it feels pretty thick. And matter of fact, you know what this reminds me of a lot? L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable is the same way. It pours out liquid, really liquidy on the back of your hand, but then you start applying it and it's like, wow, this has really good coverage. So you got to be careful how much you use, otherwise it can look really cakey. Okay, I guess I've done a pretty good job blending that out. Now that I've done that, yeah, I mean, this concealer is just, the color is a little bit too dark. So that's when I really look at it closely in the mirror, that's the first thing I notice is it's so dark. What if I try to blend it with the foundation, maybe? Kind of de-emphasize the color being off a bit. Just blend over it, because this has still got, you know, a little bit of foundation on it. See if that helped. Yeah, that helped a little bit. Well, I still clearly see those trenches in my face. Obviously, nothing is gonna cover or change that or hide it. The only thing that would really change that would be if I was to get fillers or, you know, have some sort of procedure done. So I have so many concealers, you guys, and the one that I feel like has minimized the appearance of these trenches the most so far is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. I mean, you can still clearly see the trenches in my face when I use this, but it makes them a little bit less noticeable. But this new one that I picked up from Covergirl, which this isn't really a new product, this has been on the market for a while. It's okay, I guess, but you know, I'm always going to be disappointed with everything that I try. Now, because I use the Revlon Colorstay foundation, I don't know if I should put a powder on this or not, because it might make it look a little bit cakey. I'm just gonna go for it anyway, because I'm kind of curious to see what will happen if I use powder over my foundation like I have been lately, and maybe even just, you know, do a slight dusting of powder over that concealer just to see what it would look like or what it would do. So let's try that. For a brush for my powder, I'm going to use the Real Techniques Multitask brush. I like to use a big fluffy brush for my powder, and this is Milani Multitasker pressed powder in light, which they don't make this shade anymore. They discontinued it. I was mentioning that in a video recently, and a lot of you said, oh, buy some on eBay or buy some on Amazon. I can't do that, and there's a big long story attached to it. If you want more information about that, read the comment section of my last video, because I was trying to explain about that to a couple of different people in the comment section. But yeah, basically the problem is with shipping and where I live and my situation with getting packages delivered. Those of you that have been with me a long time have heard me talk about this so many times that I don't want to bore everybody. Okay, so I'm just dusting a little bit of this Milani powder over the Revlon foundation. Wow, this is going to be super maximum coverage makeup today, you guys, because that's a really heavy foundation. So with powder over it, I'm gonna look as flawless as possible. Ooh, with the powder I just saw a big improvement there. I don't know if I like wearing this much makeup though. Geez, that's a lot of makeup going on here. But I was just curious to see how this would, you know, how it would improve upon or not, as the case might be, the concealer that I applied. Okay, so the trenches are still there, of course, but again, by putting some powder on top, it's minimizing it a little bit more. So I'm not going to do full face of makeup, you guys, because this was supposed to be a first impressions concealer video. Oh, I just remembered something really important that I wanted to tell you guys. So hopefully you're all still watching at this point. You know that problem I was having with my eye? Well, for those of you that didn't see that video when I was talking about it, I have a lump inside my eye, and I almost got rid of it. I believe it was caused from, I had used a metallic pigment for eyeshadow, and I think a little bit of it got inside of a tear duct or oil gland inside my eye, and it like blew up, and I had swelling and pain and a big huge lump inside my eye. And so what I did was I did a little research online, and I think that's what it was. Anyway, I'm not 100% positive. But anyways, I was putting warm compresses on my eye several times a day. So all the symptoms went away, the swelling went down, the lump was shrinking, and it was so minuscule that you almost couldn't even see it. So I went back to wearing eye makeup and everything, and what do you think happened? It came back. It swelled up again, and I think I was a little too quick to just, you know, go back to normal and everything. So I stopped wearing eye makeup again, and I started putting the warm compresses on, and it shrunk back down again, and now I've still got little tiny red lump inside my eye. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm going to be doing videos. The next videos that I do will be videos that do not require me to have eye makeup on, because I really need to get rid of this completely, because if I start putting eye makeup on again, it's going to get worse and I might never get rid of it. So definitely need to get rid of this. So if you don't see eye makeup on me in my next video or the one after, that will be why. So yeah, I figured I would explain about that. All right, before I shut the camera off, I just want to mention the next product I'm going to apply is face contour, and I gotta tell you, I'm really loving that Real Technique sculpting brush that I got in that collector's edition, and the Wet n Wild contouring palette in Caramel Toffee. Oh my god, you guys, I love both these things so much. So if you don't have either one of these and you want to try them, I highly recommend both of these things. This is like the easiest brush in the world to contour your face with. So if you're not happy with whatever you're using for a contour brush, try it. So I'm going to shut the camera off now and finish doing my face makeup, and I'll see you next time. Bye.